There are just certain things that you should never do while ghost hunting, and I think that we've done almost every single one of them. From doing blood rituals on Ouija boards to summoning demons, we've left no stone unturned, and this darkness followed us.
We are currently in the ritual room. Hecate is the goddess who guards the underworld.
Spell out the name of the entity that we got attached to us during that blood pact.
I remove these chains.
I remove these chains.
I remove these bonds of darkness.
We couldn't take it anymore, and that's why we did the cleansing.
In today's video, my family, Mary, Papa Spooks, Connor, and we are all getting a cleansing because of the horrible energy that we've attracted to ourselves over the years.
Join us as we react to the Paranormal Files' latest video, The Cleansing, and share what we see from a psychic medium perspective during some of his most controversial episodes to try and discern where he picked up his spiritual attachment. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Hello, everyone. My name is Chastity, aka the Luminary Luna Beams.
And I'm Emily, the fine art medium.
And we're two mediums that specialize in the paranormal. Our purpose is to shed light on what goes bump in the night. That's why we call this podcast YouTube channel
Lights at Midnight.
Lamb. Ding, ding, ding. All right, guys. So we have something pretty cool for you today. We're actually going to be covering the Paranormal Files, which I think is the first time we've ever covered this on this channel. Right, Emily?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I've covered so many videos between my channel and this channel that I can't keep them straight anymore.
Right. Yep. So we're going to be covering the Paranormal Files. I'm pretty sure it is the first time we've done it here on Lights at Midnight. And it is his most recent. Well, actually, one's come out since, because this was a beast to get clips for. Because if you watch the Paranormal Files and Colin and Connor and then Papa Spooks and all them folks, you know, their videos are very long. So it's the ritual. So this is the one that caught a lot of attention. We are actually going to break this down into a basically two-part series, I guess you could say, of the Paranormal Files. The title is, and Emily's going to put the card up here somewhere. And it's we did a demonic ritual. Don't try this at home. Horrifying paranormal activity caught on camera. What it is a compilation of the places that he had either connected with or had done a blood ritual, which you know, we don't suggest unless, you know, that's part of your religious practices. Just don't do it for funsies. It's not a good idea. And he figured that out the hard way, unfortunately. And that is why he made this video. So here in part one, we are going to kind of intuitively look into the 4 places, which is Brooke, which is a girl that practices demonolatry. Okay. And then the second place, I can't even remember the name. I feel awful, but we're going to get it in here.
It's
Thank
Oklahoma's Stone Line Inn.
Okay. Yep. And then what Emily said, and then the Hinsdale house and the Sallie house. So the cool thing is we're not going to go super in depth. We're just going to kind of focus on what we see in the moment in the clip, kind of what they're communicating with, and explain what we're seeing, you know, our perspective, and see if any of that could have attached to Colin. So to see if we can kind of validate through psychic impressions any of the things he's saying. So that is the first part. There is at least 4 parts in this particular episode. Each clip is 5 minutes long. And as always, we always put the original creator's video link either in the cards, always in the cards or down below in the description box. We only do small portions that we kind of cut up because we respect other people's content. We're content creators ourselves, and it takes a long time to do this kind of work, guys. With that being said, before we move on, before we get into the first clip, Em and I just wanted to say that YouTube has done something really funky with a lot of others' channels as well, including ours. If you don't mind, please make sure if you have already subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. And if you don't mind giving this video a like if you end up enjoying it, give it a dislike if you don't, still counts. And leave a comment down below, okay? Because we really could use your help. Our channel is suffering. We did take a 3-week break over the summer due to the loss of my mother. I needed some time. And I've been having a lot of crazy stuff going on behind the scenes of trying to, I guess you could say, get everything worked out. So we've had to kind of cut things up a bit, and it seems like it really hurt our channel. So guys, if you could please hit that like button. You can even share it, press the share button and just press copy. That even helps. But yeah, Emily, do you have any thoughts or opinions about this video before we get started?
Nope.
All right. Well, without, I guess you could say, further ado, let's go ahead and run the first clip of the ritual.
Okay, so why don't you just first start out by introducing yourself and saying what you do, and you can look right into the camera.
Okay, my name is Brooke, and I have been practicing demonology for almost 7 years now.
Perfect. So what is demonology?
It's basically just the worship of demons.
So can you explain that a little bit in more depth?
So when people think of worship, a lot of the times they think of like being subservient to, or like following blindly, that kind of stuff. But the real actual definition of worship is just to show reverence to, pay your respects to. And as far as like demonology goes, that's pretty much what we do, is we just show reverence, respect. We'll leave offerings, incense. With me specifically, I do like energy work, so I'll share my energy with him, share his energy. Sometimes I'll let him honestly, more like most of the time, I'll let him partially possess me, which is where he'll like kind of like slide in and he can taste things, feel senses, that kind of stuff. Mostly it's just when I'm eating peanut butter and bananas. He really likes peanut butter and bananas. And he really likes Reese's. So like whenever I'm eating a Reese's or like a peanut butter banana shake or, peanut butter jelly sandwich, he's like right there because he loves peanut butter.
So what exactly do you do? How would you describe the work that you do?
A lot like Reiki. I mostly just do energy work. I don't do like a lot of spell work or rituals, or like a lot of other people who practice demonology. They'll do like, they'll make dolls or spell bags, or do like actual rituals on like certain kind of moons or certain kind of dates, that kind of stuff. I don't really do anything like that. I'm a very practical person, so like everything I do has some kind of like practical aspect to it. So mostly I just do energy work, pretty much.
Sorry.
Sick.
I want to point out here that randomly, while I was taking these B-roll shots of Brooke attempting to contact Gushin, I captured a really strange low frequency noise, which is only picked up on my microphone when I was pointing the camera directly at the altar. Maybe it was picking up on energy being emitted as a portal was opening, or maybe it was just a simple technological malfunction. That's for you to decide, but first take a listen to the clip.
Is now numb, so.
Okay. You think she's here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So this one, I already knew of Brooke because she was covered on another channel. But when I first saw her videos, I had a lot of energy attacks, especially from the entity that she worships. And I had to ask Archangel Michael to block out that entity because its name would keep repeating over and over and over and over and over again in my head to try to convince me that it was good and that I should work with them. But of course, you know, I'm no dummy, and I was like, no, 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 no. Archangel Michael, please get this out of my brain. So for the last few years, it's been out of my brain until now.
Right.
So now I have to redo that. But no matter how she spins it, being temporarily possessed for it to taste foods and things, not good. That's a line I would never cross, because once you allow that to happen, it can do it whenever it wants. Even
You're a
though,
portal. You're a portal.
yes, exactly. And even though they have some kind of like agreement, just because you have some agreement doesn't mean it's going to stick to it. It can change its mind, whatever it wants to do, and it can really mess up your life. So what she's doing, I 100% do not agree with. Also, in her house, there's a crap ton of entities crawling all over her ceiling, all over her walls. It's almost like a legion, if you will. Um, yeah. And even watching, I had a lot of like headaches and pains and things, and that energy is very negative, very negative. But Chastity, what do you think?
So I first saw this video on the Paranormal Files channel and the Proving Demons channel.
That's where I saw it. That's okay.
Yeah, and yes, another YouTuber did cover this and give her breakdown of it. Um so the difference between demonolatry and demonology, they're very close. So if they're said fast and you're not aware, uh demonology is the study of into demonic entities, right? But some disagree because there actually is now two definitions. Actually looked this up a while back because I'm part of some Facebook group and people were conversating about it. The demonolatry is working with those energies. So that's the easiest way to tell the difference in the very simplest form of a definition. If somebody cares, you can drop it in the comments if you kind of want to fill in the blanks there, but that's just straight and to the point. So if you hear somebody say they're a demonologist, that doesn't always mean they work with demonic energies. Sometimes demonologists are working to rid people and help people with demonic entities. Somebody that practices demonolatry that's kind of like their spiritual practices, their religion. But I have found that some demonologists do work with the demonic entities. Some people use like the Seal of Solomon to wheel those demons too, which I don't want to get too deep into that, but I just wanted to say that. You can tell in her stature and the way that you can always tell when somebody is with the spirit. Like with spirit, not like with child, but with spirit. Okay. Because of the way that she's moving, I'm trying to like do it. It's normal in a way, but not. There's a lot of real kind of jerky
It's
movements and
twitchy.
stuff.
She's very twitchy.
Yes. And that means that entity, there is a direct energetic link between them, and the whole purpose of this was for him to put this in the video is he was wondering where he picked up something from. And I'm going to get to that. But you can tell in her movements and everything. If you have spiritual eyes, you can see it. Okay. I see a black shadow over that whole townhouse. It's just like thick. Okay, that's kind of what I see. But as I'm sitting there in the corner, or I say as I'm sitting there because I put myself in this place when they did this, there's like one black entity, just totally black. It has no like features that I saw. I didn't try to press. Spirit's like, and this is just what Spirit said. I don't even think she lives there anymore. And I wonder how she's doing today, actually. Of course, we wish her well. no hard feelings. It's just not what we want to do or practice with our spirituality. I hope she's okay, for her well-being. But there's literally like a 3D physical manifestation in that area. And let's see, I got one or two more things. That noise, that low frequency noise, we talk about this sometimes. The higher, generally rule of thumb is the higher pitch, the higher vibration, the lower pitch, the lower vibration. That's just a good rule of thumb. Okay. That doesn't always mean anything, but it comes with like the biometric pressure changes in a room that can signify, spiritual presences. Okay. So that was the actual entity coming forth. Could have been a portal, more or less. It was the entity becoming very 3D or ascending up to be able to be a part of where they were. And lastly, I do not think that they got an attachment personally, and I'll let you give your opinion. I don't think they got an attachment from this place. Maybe they had feelings and stuff like Emily did. It depends on where you're at, what you're doing, and what your capabilities to be able to perceive energy is on how much you're going to feel that. And meaning capabilities is like, it doesn't have to be grand, it's just the way you perceive energy, your clair senses. Okay. Basically what Spirit's telling me, it had no reason to follow them, because it's got a perfectly good home with her. But the thing to remember about these entities, they're interdimensional. They're not, it's like not just working with her. So it works with all kinds of people. If it's got all kinds of people offering a place, a portal to come into the 3D, that's the whole purpose of this darker energy. They want to be physical and feel like a living thing. They were denied that at creation, basically. So that's their goal, partially. So that's all I got for that one.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, I don't think he picked up anything from there, but he is an earth sign, and I believe when I covered him on my channel, I picked up that he has similar abilities that I do, and that's a lot of clairsentience. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he felt certain things when he was there, which probably didn't feel so good and probably kind of like stuck in the back of his mind. And because it felt a certain way, he's probably like, oh no, maybe I did get something. But if at all, which I'm not saying he did, the most he would probably get are some like little spur things, like leftover residual stuff. But I don't think he got an attachment from there. And interesting, when you were talking about like the black, I was seeing like a black dome around that apartment or building or the house. It's like that black dome, and then on the inside I see the things crawling around it, and it's like their space. That's their space, and that's that entity's space. And yeah, like the jerking around and stuff like that. Not great.
Yeah.
That's all I really have to add there.
Yeah. And working with this kind of stuff can alter things, because not everybody's capable of discerning the difference between their own thoughts, intrusive thoughts, or divine whispers. So that's why when you're working to try to correct things in your life, you may have some random person like freak out on you, or even people and it's generally people that are weak in their spirituality or their religion that will do it, because they can come in and mess with people's minds. I know that sounds crazy, but it's I've seen it happen time and time again. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and move into clip 2.
The next thing, this is a crazy one. The next place where I think this attachment could have come from is when my dad, Papa Spooks, Jeff, and I did a blood ritual at the Stone Lion Inn in Oklahoma back in 2001. Stone Lion Inn is a notorious haunted home, and like I said, they're in, and the paranormal activity we captured that night was incredible. So just check this out. What's up, everybody? It's Colin here. Tonight we are in Guthrie, Oklahoma at the infamous Stone Lion Inn. This is known as one of the most haunted places in the state, if not the most haunted. You can read about it all over the internet. So we're going to start tonight's investigation here in the parlor room. This is obviously a place where people used to come gather. Guests would arrive here at the home, take seats here in this area. There's a smoking room out back. Lots of activity reported in here. And we're going to start this episode out because this is a Victorian era home with a Victorian era haunting with something from the Victorian era. So as you guys online know, supposedly if you create your own Ouija board, it's supposed to be a lot more effective and it's supposed to be more, I guess, dangerous. So maybe the spirits here will recognize this form of communication, and even though we're not going to do a full-on session, we're going to just use this to open a portal. And I'm going to add, along with Jeff, using our diabetes kit, a drop of blood to the board before we open the portal, because a lot of different people involved with different forms of witchcraft, brujeria, stuff like that, believe that the human blood actually contains a lot of energy and is a key and is essential in a lot of ceremonies. So let's do this.
When I light this candle, I'm going to give you energy, okay? That's what we're hoping for here.
Okay, now he's going to drip the candle wax on the Ouija board. If there's anybody in this house, we are politely asking you to come out tonight and speak with us. We're opening a portal for any and every spirit to come through tonight. Can you knock like this for us? On something, or walk around for us? That wasn't you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Hear that. Hear that.
All we want to do is relax, talk.
Can you say something to us on this device? Are you talking about my shoulder?
I feel like I keep seeing stuff. Like little circles in my...
Over.
Revoked over. Those words are very similar. Like revoked, you're done with it. And over.
Revoked, over. What do you mean by that?
Look at though, it is kind of red. Do you see that? Doesn't this look kind of red to you? Can you take a photo so I can see what that looks like? Or just take a video of it?
This is yours, but
So just to document this is kind of going away. It just came.
it's still pretty obvious though.
But I just was pointing out to Jeff on camera that this hurt and it's kind of red. You see that?
I think if we could turn the light on a little
Right
bit,
here?
I think you'd see it better. You can see it from here.
Okay. It's strange. This just happened, and this is, you can see Courtney texted me first.
I want to show it.
It's 3:16. She texted me at 3:13, 3 minutes ago.
There we go.
She said, I just woke up from the most terrible dream. I love you. Said what happened, explaining, sent her a picture of the scratches. She said, and I said, what dream did you have? She said, you threw up this green stuff and then you started being not very nice to me, saying you didn't want to be with me anymore.
You know what I heard in a man's voice? I
I
heard-
picked up a man too.
I heard, oh, the webs we weave.
Yeah, it's probably the same man I saw. I can describe him.
Well, I was seeing a woman, but I heard a man's voice.
I saw a little girl.
Well, the woman I saw, she was wearing a fancy, like, dark Victorian dress. It was like a darker color, like a dark eggplant or like a midnight navy blue. She had her hair up, she had brown hair, she had hazel eyes. Yeah, she didn't look really happy, but she didn't look malevolent. She was kind of like, why are these people doing this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the guy picked up male, smoking a cigar, and that was before I even heard them say a smoking room. And he had one of those singular eyeglasses that you put up to your eye, and he's smoking a cigar. And yeah, that's what I saw. And I'll just keep it to the spirits. And then I see a little girl. But when they did this, it brought something else in that did not belong there. He was not just, the spirits would have already openly communicated with him anyways, but he really pissed off the spirits of that house, like bad.
Mm-hmm. And the guy that you're talking about, does he have like this, like, I don't want to say guttural like voice, but he's like, oh, the webs we weave.
I didn't talk to them. I didn't try to like communicate, but they're just it was more like the feeling of displeasure, the knowing.
Yep. The lady was she gave that like RBF face, like, why this again? Like, because they're not the first people to have done something stupid like that.
Yep. They brought something in 100%.
Yep. And guys, for those, and I've talked about this on my channel, but when you have people, it doesn't matter if they're investigators or whomever, and they do stuff like rituals and they bring darker things in, you are also not just jeopardizing your own safety and the people around you, but the safety of those that are already there spirit-wise, like earthbound spirits and whomever else may be there, because they also suffer when you bring in the negative stuff.
Yep. And they have to clean that up, because they have power too, to a degree. Depends on the type of spirit. The revoked they were over it. They were revoking like communication, or they were revoking, almost like rebuking them. They wanted them out. That's why they got scratched. But then the other entity type thing, more so that I saw, was more thought formy. It was like what they brought in was kind of thought form, and them trying to pull the energy they could together to create the noises was to try to get them to leave. I don't know, a little girl spirit showed up. I don't know if that's something more malevolent or just like a residual energy. There's quite a bit of residual energy in that place that might manifest some of this, which couldn't be the thought form. But yeah, they brought something kind of cuckoo in, just chaotic energy.
It's very like, I don't want to say skittery, but the energy skittery in terms of like how it's like, I don't know how else to describe it, but I was getting a lot of dizziness, heaviness, and headache pains. But the thing is very like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, that's how the energy was.
Yep. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. The thing about Courtney, his wife, communicating with him, he already had an attachment at this point. So personally, I think he's had an attachment a lot longer, but when you have darker, worse shit come in, it can override what you already have going on. It's not just one thing, but they knew that he was doing this because there was already energetic threads. And, these things again are interdimensional. They're not just in one place. They can see a lot of things. That's kind of what happens when you work in the realm of spirit. And whatever the attachment that was already in their home, and spirits reminded me of something. This is something I don't know if Colin will see it, but one of the things is they might have had that piece of like hospital bed railing at that point in their home that they brought back from a nursing home when they visited it. Him and his wife, Courtney, I think before they got married. I'm wondering if that was what they had in their house. Something was already there. That's why that happened. And this is what we tell people about the dreams and stuff. When you have these types of dreams of your relatives or your family or your friends, there's always something off about them, or they'll be nasty. That's how you know it's an entity, trying to be somebody else and to get close to you, because she has a lot of light around her, and she was getting, it can't get in around her unless it comes in through her dreams. And then the vomiting or whatever of the green stuff was a sign of the attachment. It was spirit's way of showing her he already had an attachment, and something is coming up from spirit. And I hadn't thought about this in a long time. So this is definitely from spirit about that nursing home he went to. And the people that are like diehard Paranormal Files fans, you'll know what I'm talking about. They brought home like the side of a hospital bed railing to their home, and they hung it on their wall. And I think he even did like a tour of his apartment with it there and talked about this at some point, and that's coming in. So that's pretty much what I got from that. So no, I don't think he picked up anything from this place particularly. But he already had an attachment at this point.
Yeah, like when I did my analysis on his stuff, I had found that he had multiple attachments. And I feel like when you do blood rituals of any kind, you're going to pick up, whether it's a full attachment or like energy remnants of anything. I feel like the blood rituals are just like gateways, and you're just either opening yourself up to become a portal and have things come in and out and affect you, but also like, I don't know. I feel the same way that he's had an attachment even before this. And I think I
Mhm.
said it in my email that I sent them, because I did a full analysis months ago and I sent them the email, but they never got back to me. But whatever, they're busy AF, so I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and I feel like with his predisposition with energy sensitivities and things, he's more likely to become influenced, and I think that's part of why he does a lot of reckless things like blood rituals. It has to do with the influence of the negative things around him, because I don't know how he's perceiving it. I know he has the potential for multiple things like clairsentience and all that stuff, but I feel like he might be getting a lot of claircognizant stuff, and he's thinking certain things are his ideas when it's not, and he's not able to differentiate between what's him and what's not him. So when he does reckless stuff like blood rituals or make Ouija boards and things, that's like the influence that he's picking up to do those things.
Yeah. Because I've been a part, like I watch the premieres and stuff. I was telling him for years that he's sensitive, that, he touches on every one of them, but he
Mhm,
sees visually and
mhm,
he feels, so clairsentient, clairvoyant a lot,
mhm.
like a whole lot. And just for the record, Emily and I both have reached out to him to try to help him with this. And I get it. I mean, we're just little small creators here, I guess, but
Mhm. Oh
we
yeah,
both.
I did put that in there. I put clairsentient, clairvoyant. I think he's got all of the clairs, to be honest, and more
Mhm.
mediumship skills too that he's unaware of.
Yeah, and just to throw this out here too, I emailed him last October, which we'll get into the point. I didn't know he was in rehabilitation at that point, and they were
Mhm,
letting him upload still. But at that point, I emailed him and told him like, "Hey, we can help you if you need," because he was asking for help
mhm,
like actively, and I emailed him, and there was already dark shadows in the hallway at night in his apartment, he was living in an apartment then, I think. Walking by his bedroom door and kind of coming in his room. I mean, this stuff's been around for a while,
mhm.
is what I'm trying to say.
But yeah, I did the full analysis, and everything you're saying, I pretty much picked up too and validated. So,
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely very sensitive.
mhm,
And if those that are watching that may not know who this is or have followed him, he has, prior to like the last year or so, he did not believe in darker demons. Like he believed in positive and negative energy, but he did not believe that by doing these things it could truly affect you.
mhm.
So just to throw that out there too.
Well, you know what they say, you dick around, you're gonna find out.
Hmm.
And he found out.
Yeah, it's tough. Just because you don't believe, and I say this a lot too, just because you don't believe in the things, that's fine. But they believe in you.
Mhm.
It's true. I need to make that a shirt. That is going to be on a shirt.
Facts. Right.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and move to the third clip out of 4. So, if my memory serves me correctly, this is going to be the Hinsdale house, which Emily and I have already done on this channel. If you would like a full analysis of this, you can always, Emily, you can put us a card up here. Yeah.
Yes.
Of that video. We reacted to Omar and Moj Sargi, I think that's his name. We reacted to that video of them visiting the Hinsdale house. And also our affiliate link to the Hinsdale house can be put down in the description box as well, because we have an affiliate link with them to help them with the restoration efforts of this historical place. So check that out too. But I guess we'll go ahead and roll that third clip.
Now, another place where this attachment could have come from is from a blood ritual that Connor, Josh, and I all did at the Hinsdale house. Some of you may know the Hinsdale house. It's a very notorious property in New York, upstate New York, that was the subject of an extremely violent haunting and, possession. There was an attempted exorcism of the place. There's a lot of stories about the house that are just absolutely insane. And we decided we wanted to really call this evil thing out. So we once again employed the blood ritual. And yeah, I'm just gonna play that footage now.
Okay, Connor.
Oh my god. Alright, let me... Dude! Well, I'm just gonna tag the board. That's dude, we cannot put that on YouTube now.
Now we gotta blur the Ouija board.
Seriously, we do. Whoa! What the fuck was that?
The light just broke.
It just popped.
Look at that.
Dude, did you get that on camera? As we just put the blood on. Yeah. Holy shit!
We're gonna put it on the offering tree that's back at the top of the hill, where people come and leave items and artifacts in hopes that the spirits will come out. So
let's do it.
Did you hear like a scream just
No,
now?
that's what I mean. I'm telling you, there's something.
The moment we just did that shit inside, it changed so drastically. My light just broke.
Say we go put our offering down.
Yeah.
There's the creepy tree right here. Damn, this is a very creepy forest.
It is. Isn't it? Well, with the rest of my blood, I'm just gonna tag the tree with it. I want to tag the bottom of it. I just want, like, my blood onto the land and the tree itself.
Let's go. Right in the circle.
I've
Could be a plane.
I've heard a lot of things around here.
It could be a
already.
plane. I keep hearing, like, something.
Well, to whoever's out here in the forest, Pukwudgies, skinwalkers, demons, ghosts, people, children, follow our voices tonight. Walk down these stairs right here and come into the house at the bottom of the hill. My name's Colin.
My name's Josh.
I'm Connor.
I'm Raddick.
Just come, follow our voices. We're not afraid of you. We want to talk. We gave you our blood. Now give us some of your energy in return.
Here we go.
Back into the house we go. Gotta get this. We're still setting up. I'm now getting the music box set, which is going off. We can't even set up.
No.
I'm trying to get this to stop. Dude. I don't know what to do. Dude, and that's going on.
God damn it! It's fucking light, dude.
Dude, that's still going off though. And it's going off like
I
crazy.
hate whatever's in here.
And dude, your music box was going off in the other room facing the dolls.
What were you saying about the door opening too? Well, I just keep like closing the door and it's opening.
So later on in the Hinsdale house, we're skipping through a lot of these videos. I'm just showing you some of the bits that make sense. Later that night in the Hinsdale house, we captured some incredible activity, including this highly disturbing and highly intelligent response during a DR60 voice recorder session.
Okay.
Alright, I'm in Mary's room right now. Can you tell me who's with me right now?
So you kept saying, he's coming, he died, I'm here.
He scares people.
He scares me. He scares people. Who is he? He's here. Who is he?
Adam.
Who is he?
The children sing.
Who the is Adam?
I don't know.
Maybe that's a nickname that they have for the bad guy. Come in here.
Alright, I'm in Gary's room right now. Can you tell me who's with me right now?
Adult.
Okay. Let's say it.
Are you afraid of me?
Ray, when you said I'm feeling uneasy, the scream.
I'm feeling very, very uneasy in here.
Get out! Get out, right?
There's something evil up here.
Oh, I heard I'm coming.
I know there's something evil up here.
I'm coming!
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
There's something evil, I'm coming! Holy this is good EVPs.
Over here.
Yes, over here.
Yes, it just said yes.
And a scream.
Whoa, hang on.
And
The devil is something evil, I'm coming?
yep.
And remember, Dan said he doesn't even like going in this room.
No.
Dude, there was even more people talking, but we couldn't make them out, and it was
No.
a girl's voice or something.
So the voices, once again, we're talking about the devil, and there was growling, very negative. But at the end of that night, now you can pass your judgment however you want on this thing. I am going to swear on my grandmother's grave that this is genuinely what happened to me. I felt a cold hand while I was doing the Estes method reach up, slide up on my leg, and grab my behind. And yeah, people have made fun of me. People have made whole videos trying to call me a liar about that happening, but you can see the genuine fear and shock in my face. Feeling this energy around me develop, bro. It's like I'm fucking, this is like, actually, I think this is the first time I've ever been scared during an Estes.
You surrounding Colin right now?
Oh, dude, I feel it on my entire body, bro. I don't know if you can see this, but my hair's on end.
Cursed. What is cursed?
Oh my god. Oh, I fucking felt something just grab my fucking ass cheek, dude. What the? Yo, okay, hold up, bro.
Do you want to build a portal? Come on, let's go and play. I never see you anymore. Come out the door.
The portals are not going away.
The portals are not going away.
Because they've been there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember some of the stuff because, again, when we channel, we don't always remember exactly everything because it's not of our own thoughts, right? So it's, you know, things that we get from what I feel is my higher divine connection.
I remember nothing.
Yeah, I remember a little bit. I do remember about the land.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what I wrote here. So the darker forces around there have zero problem connecting with you. They have no problem coming home with you, the darker energy. And I pretty much say that, you know, they basically grabbed on to him. Like it literally, like how they grabbed onto him at the end, they grabbed onto his energy because he was like, we gave us your blood, now give us some of your energy. And I heard no problem. So that's something darker did connect with them here. And I saw like Dementor type looking creatures coming out, but we've talked about this. The land has Native American ties. I think the native people cursed that land. And I think we talked about that in the Hinsdale video. You know, so I mean, it's pretty obvious. There was a lot of disrespect in the way that it was done. It's like dirty rituals, dirty magic, kind of what they're doing is what I kind of refer to it as. And the native spirits there were not very happy. But the lower vibe, like what you would call a lower level demon that doesn't have like a ranking, They're definitely on that property for whatever reason, and they're not associated with the Native American spirits. That's what chose to connect with them there, not the natives, period. I want to clarify that.
Yeah, the thing you're talking about, I call them minions because they're like lower ranking and they usually serve under something. But I feel like they could also not be affiliated. They're just low ranking. But I got a lot of body sensations. I got chest pain, anxiety, jittery. I was starting to get sweaty and hot. And I did feel the heaviness around Colin when he did the Estes method. But the Adam thing that they're calling Adam, he's creepy AF. He's got like teeth. I don't like him. And whether or not he was a person or whatever, I was getting information in terms of Adam, not that he's Adam from Adam and Eve, but like the association that they're using to call him that to make him feel worse than he really is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we picked up a male spirit, a couple male spirits, I think, especially in that upstairs area. And one of them was like a abuser of animals and some other stuff we picked up. Because I watched like 5 minutes of that video to see if I wanted to clip anything from it. I decided not to. But yeah, I focused on the lower vibe, like lower level dark, like lower astrals, just nasty type things. Definitely disrespecting the land. They definitely took that as a proposed threat. So like they guarded up because anytime somebody comes there and stirs something like that up, it's disturbing them again. So this is where they did attract a lower level nasty. Wouldn't be surprised if everybody involved didn't have some type of paranormal activity following them, period, even if they didn't do the ritual part. The energy is very topsy-turvy. It's just all over the place, up and down, up and down, up and down. So it would make it very uncomfortable to be there.
I'm hearing guilty by association, specifically.
Yep. So, I mean, because they were okay with it. But a lot of like up in arms. I see like native spirits just kind of like hold up their weapons. I know it's really strange, actually. It says what's the curse? That it was cursed again by the natives. And it's almost like a dumping ground for nasty negative energy. So like places where things were banished to has some affiliation to that property. So very easy. If you ever go to the Hinsdale house, it is very easy to bring something home back with you.
Yeah, I didn't try to open up too much on it because we already covered it and I didn't want to feel crappy. So what I said is all I got. So
yeah, guys, you should definitely check out that video though. It was a pretty good one. But yeah, I will say this is the act of that spirit grabbing Colin at the end, really raises that fear level so that shock and awe can actually allow it to attach to him easier. That's what they do. They want to get you in that vibration. So, I mean, if he wasn't cracking before then, that made a crack for them to like a leech, seeing a leech. It was a leeching energy. Hitchhikers. But yep, that's all I got for that one. So I guess, guys, the next clip is the Sallie house. And again, we did cover the Sallie house about 3 months ago or so with Ghost Club Paranormal when they visited. So again, we'll link it up here, probably down there, description box or in the cards. Check that one out too. So this is the last clip for this video. So here is the Sallie house.
And throughout all these experiences, I had, a month and a half straight of sleep paralysis. We had a ton of different things happening to Connor, my mom and dad, and I, even to Courtney too. And so it really seemed like something was following us. We didn't know where it was from. Obviously, you can see in this video, there's a lot of possible places it could have come from. But in September of 2023, we completely upped the ante, and Connor, my dad, and I all three of us now on a blood ritual. We did a blood ritual in the Sallie house.
Oh shit.
So to cue you guys in a little bit, it's early on the day right now. In the months before our visit, people have messaged me saying that they feel like the energy in this building has changed. But we're back here in Atchison, Kansas, and I don't know. I've had multiple people say they've done investigations here and that it feels different, and people don't really know what the difference is. You did get told though by one of the location owners of another place that we're staying at in town, or filming a video at, that this house was blessed recently, right? 6 months ago?
Steve was telling us that about 6 months ago an ordained minister came through, tried to bless every single object in this house, and he says that he doesn't think that it worked.
So it's kind of like the atmosphere today too, being overcast.
Yep.
It's a little bit spookier. It's always a weird feeling coming to Sallie.
So to start tonight, we're gonna do something extreme. We are going to do a blood ritual on the Ouija board here at the Sallie house. Now, we are coming here tonight to speak with you, or whatever you are, even if you're not Sallie, if you're something evil. I'm gonna give you my blood. I'm gonna give you my blood as an offering.
Here I go. Yeah, that was. Oh, okay. Here we go. Hold it down. Oh boy.
Right when we finish the ritual. Put your hand on. Sallie, or whatever entity is here at the Sallie house, we are coming to you tonight to speak with you. We've given you our blood, and we've been here before. You might remember Jeff and Colin. That's me and my dad. We're right here. Connor is new. His sister Courtney was here before. So tonight, we're inviting you to speak with us. I just want to know who you are, and I want to get to the bottom of it. Shut the f*** up.
What?
It's on an S. It's on an S. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh yeah, I thought that was.
You see.
We've been here 3 times. This is our 3rd time now.
There it goes.
I would really appreciate if you would just really come out tonight and show us who you truly are. I'm trying to get off the board. Okay.
Dude, I just saw something.
Yo, what the f was that?
I just saw something by the stairs. I just saw something walk by the stairs.
The cat ball's going off. That's going off.
I just saw something by the REM pod by the stairs.
No, this is a ball.
Here.
A ball.
Oh, he's here!
Okay.
He's here!
I swear to God, I saw something.
Okay,
No, there was movement right there.
okay, well, there's a ball over there that got pushed down the stairs.
I think one of the balls got pushed down the stairs.
It did. It 100% had to. Okay. Hold on.
Oh, it did! It did, bro! It did!
We took our hands off the.
All 3 of us did. So now it's out.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
God!
Yo!
Oh,
I'm getting chills.
Guys. Okay, we did hear you, yes. We heard you. What do you want us to do next? Dude, that was like
Nurse.
a command after a command.
Nurse, the doctor that lived here.
Oh, shit. I'm feeling totally like headache. Good, I'm not sick.
Dude,
just
I just think
feeling-
the thing we need to realize is the end.
Dude, like, look at my skin. I'm allergic to ghosts. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
starting on my face. It's fine. It happens. I don't know about you, but so like the notion with like if you pull your hands off the Ouija board, that's bad and you're gonna let things out. I feel like whether or not you do, it doesn't really matter. It's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah, for sure. The darkness that they were trying to bring in, I guess, maybe not. Well, yeah, they were, I guess. Whether they realize it or not, the darkness that they were trying to build in just matches what's already there.
Uh-huh.
There was no transition. The only thing energetically I saw happen is like a blue tornado portal opening up around them, like a funnel of energy. That's when everything started going off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I saw.
I feel like a lot of it was stuff that was already there, but because they did the portal, it just made it closer to where they're at. Like realm-wise, since everything's kind of like layered, they have to get through a bunch of layers to get as close as they can to the world of the living. And so they just step through that portal to get closer.
Right. And I think the portal energy itself could have triggered the fluctuations on the REM pod and stuff like that. Personally, the spirits already know who they are in this place. They're very familiar with, I'm saying they, as in Colin and his dad, and Connor. Jeff is his dad. Can't bless a place and still have the intention to bring people in to paranormal investigate. When you bless and you're trying to clear, you do not communicate with spirits, period. No way, shape, or form. And we have to tell people this, people that have wanted our help in the past, like you cannot want this stuff to go away and then openly invite it back in. So without the intentions, if they wanted to have the place blessed, that's great. But with the intentions of not stopping, it's never going to stop. Period. That's just crazy to me. Like, why waste your time? You know, if anything, if there's anything that don't like that kind of energy, which low vibration generally does not like that kind of energy, it's just going to piss them off more, which is why it probably made it worse. I got the word familiar spirit, interestingly enough, so that's tied in somewhere. And I correlated something in the Sallie house video. I see the spirit at the bottom of the stairs, and I think it was a woman from my knowledge from when we did it. It's interesting he said he saw that because Connor's background, he used to be like a minister or a pastor or a priest. He used to do exorcisms himself. So he went from the church to this. So they really like him. So they like his energy, but he also brings a light with him that some things don't like. So when they bring Connor around, it's kind of like when I do my paranormal investigations. It's like generally when I go on an investigation, things tend to ramp up more because of what I do and the light that kind of comes with me. It's like a beacon. And I mean, I'm not the only one that the people tell me this just from, experience. And Connor's kind of like that too. Because inherently, Connor he might be experimenting and stuff, but he just has a really bright light. I just see that in him, and I just found it interesting. That spirit at the bottom of the stairs could be that woman, and I think she was some type of like, I don't know if she was a nurse, but she was almost like the administrative assistant, if that would be the only thing that I could call it, for the doctor that was there. I think that's what we talked about in the Sallie house video.
I heard aid, like an aid.
Like a helper.
Yeah.
And I think I picked up that she wasn't very nice to people that come in that place for help in any way, shape, or form. Like she did some sketch stuff. And then I just hear like a fractal, could be just a fraction of that darker side of herself kind of broke off. I don't know. But yeah, whatever was out when they say it's out. No, it's already been out. It's out. It was out before you got there. You just they stirred up the energy.
Yeah, I didn't understand, like, they were saying how the place was blessed and all that shit, and I'm like, why if you're gonna go investigate? That makes no sense. You're literally just stirring the pot, and maybe that was the intention without it being maybe it was like a subconscious intention to do that, to get more activity.
Yeah, could be. I feel like ultimately with the Sallie house, there was an energetic thread created, which can be an attachment. Energetic threads are attachments. It's just an open line of communication. And something that so whatever's there has knowledge outside of its surroundings. So it's interdimensional. It's able to know things that it shouldn't. And yeah, so that was kind of the energy that was connected, in my opinion, with them at that time. Because if you've seen any of their Sallie House videos, that place run them through the ringer. There's a reason they've went 3 times.
Mhm.
So again, we encourage you guys to go check out this full video because it's pretty gnarly. And
Mhm.
again, check out our Sallie House video if you kind of want to know what's lingering around there, in
Yeah,
our opinion.
that place makes me feel very swimmy in the head, and I don't wanna, like I'm trying not to open up anything, like, around with that one and, the house before it.
Hinsdale, yeah.
Yeah.
Because me and Emily talked about it. Like, we would love to go to the Hinsdale house. I know we did
Mhm.
talk about that.
Mhm.
Emily's like, I'm sleeping outside.
Yeah, that's right.
I would love to sleep. I like that's one of my goals is to sleep over at a haunted place. So lock-ins, yeah, you're there for 8 hours, but it's not like you sleep there.
Alright, so that was the last clip of the video.
Yep, and that was the last clip, guys. So again, this is a two-part series. So we have moved through the 4 places that he thinks he could have picked up something from. Out of all of them, Emily, which ones do you feel like he could have picked up something from? Or how many? Let me ask it like this: do you believe Colin had an attachment before any of these places?
I feel like he had definitely an attachment or 2 before then, and I feel like if anything, he honestly, every time you do a blood ritual, you create the energy threads, and it's just a matter of how severe those are, so I feel like all 3 of them created some kind of thread. Um, I feel like Hinsdale and Sally being the worst one, but definitely the 3 blood rituals. He's got some kind of energy thread attachment. So,
Yeah, I think Colin has inherently had something hanging around for a long while. He openly talks about how his, and with all respect, I say this, how his addiction got worse. That's what these types of things do. Any negative things that can come in on your life, they just amplify it and tick it up. And especially if you don't have a belief system in place, it makes it so super easy to just latch onto you. As crazy as that may sound, that's just how this kind of works, guys. It's not me just saying this. It's kind of a proven track record thing here. I firmly believe he had something going on prior, but do I believe some of these locations intensified it? Absolutely. Without being tapped in and just kind of watching the video, I figured he probably did pick up something from Brooke's house because as much that was there. And I figured Sallie, but now that I can say this, and you'll see why in our next video that's going to come out in the following weeks in part 2. I think he could have very well got something from the Hinsdale house, and the energy thread was already there with Sallie. I don't think anything come back from with him on that second clip, and I don't think anything left with him with Brooke either. But Hinsdale and Sallie house, something funky did happen there. I don't know if we'll get a defined answer of where this come from, because it's just kind of been around for a while. And honestly, I think he's had attachments that he's picked up and that have been left at certain times.
mhm,
So, like picking them up, putting them down, it's just something has always been there. There's a reason he does this work, right?
mhm.
There's a reason he's always been interested in it. So,
I know when I was doing my channeling and investigation on him, I saw a lot of stuff around him. It was just some were attached, some were just lingering in the moment, and some were just, they weren't quite attachments, but they were more than just lingery, if that makes sense. So I know just based on that, he's got a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, and again, it has to do with what he's doing, like his work. He's going to places, and those things like his energy, because he's got a lot of psychic energy, and that is like a beacon in of itself, and it attracts things to feed off of.
Yeah, it's just it's super tough doing, even looking in it like this. You know, you watching videos is not, you know, detrimental to anybody's spirituality. A lot of the times it doesn't have to be, but if you're spiritually sensitive, it makes it even worse. So yeah, guys, make sure you're keeping your places nice and cleaned out. Mind, body, spirit, clear it. Got to clear it. But yeah, in the next episode, guys, we are going to be covering his cleansing, aka the ritual. And it is of a perspective from, I guess you could say, from Hecate or Hecate, however they say it. So when they were chanting it, Hecate. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about in the next video. So Emily, do you have anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right then. So guys, I guess that wraps this up. Until next time, peace out.
Peace out.
Hey, if you have a haunted story you want to share, you can email us at lightsatmidnightpodcast@gmail.com. Get in touch with us there. We'd love to hear from you. We really appreciate y'all hanging around and checking it out. And yeah, thank you so much. We are super excited to bring you some super awesome content. We really appreciate you guys checking us out.
Thank you to all that took the time to listen to this week's episode. Your support means the world to us. And remember, all of us have the ability to shine brightly and shed positivity, even in the darkest of places. Stay safe, stay well, and light it up!